Okay, are you able to see me now? And okay, the title of this poem is Vocation. Okay, yes, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. And this screen, is it there? Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir. Screen is there,
O-
sir.
Okay, fine. The title of this poem is Occasion, and it is written by Rabindranath Tagore.
Tagore.
Yes, Rabindranath Tagore, and he was the yes, first Indian to get the Nobel Prize. Okay, he was the first Indian who was awarded Nobel Prize. What is the name of the anthology? Or what is the name of the book that he had written, which contained, it was a collection of poems. Can you tell the name of the book that he had written? It's a Gitanjali. Okay, it's a Gitanjali, and he was the first Indian who got Nobel Prize. Okay, this is a very very interesting poem. Okay, vocation. What does vocation refer to? It refers to profession. It refers to job. Now here is a child. Yes, here is a child, a school-going child, and he wishes to become what? So he wishes to be, yes, a hawker. He wishes to be a gardener. He wishes to be a watchman. So this poem is dealing with that. The child who is very, very innocent, the child who wants to enjoy the freedom. So what all he wishes, this poem is dealing with that. Okay. So let's go to this poem.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Let's start the poem, sir.
Okay. So I'm just starting with this first stanza of this poem. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning and I walk to school by our lane, every day I meet the hawker crying, bangles, crystal bangles. There's nothing to hurry him on. There's no road he must take, no place he must go to, no time when he must come home. I wish I were a hawker, spending my day in the road, crying, bangles, crystal bangles. So, what is this hawker doing? What is this hawker doing? He is crying or he is shouting, bangles, crystal bangles. What is he doing? He's selling bangles. Now, why does the poet wish to be a hawker? Remember one thing, whenever you are writing wish, see, usually with yes, what do we use? Which form of the verb we use? I am we use in the present tense and I was in the past tense. But here you see, I wish I were a hawker. I wish I were a hawker. So the poet wishes that, or the child wishes that he would have been a hawker. He wanted to be a hawker. He wishes to be a hawker. And who is a hawker? Hawker is a sailor. Yes, somebody says that he has got a doubt. Yes,
Sir, for I we have to use was, sir.
yes. What do you use in the past tense? With I, what will come? What form of the verb will come? I was.
Sir, what
I was, sir.
Uh,
was?
yes, what will come?
We use I was.
Yes, I was a. Yes, correct. But why it is written I were it?
I was a hawker.
Yes. What
I,
should come?
I
I
was a
was should
hawker.
come
It
or
should
I
come
were
like
should
that.
come? Is it correct or it's wrong?
I was.
Sir, sir,
Yes.
sir, it can't happen, sir. He can't become a hawker. So there
Uh,
is I wear a hawker, sir.
so this is correct. Huh? I were a hawker. Is it correct?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
See, you must have written an essay. If I were the prime minister, if I were the prime minister. whenever you wish, whenever you
Yes, sir.
like to go
Imagination
ahead.
sentences, sir. For
Right.
imagination sentences, we
Yeah.
use were, sir.
Sir, but why we have to use it, sir?
See, here you see, when you say I was a hawker, that means it's a real thing. I was a hawker in the past, but now I'm not a hawker. So hawker here is a seller. I wish, here he's a wishing. He's he wants to be something. He's imagining about that. So that is the reason why it is so. So in many of those things, whatever that we use, it's mainly because of the tradition that have been used, and that's the reason why we have been using that. So why a tree is called tree, if you ask me the question, there's no reason for that. And it is not that there are particular rules for that. But remember one thing, whenever you want to wish something, then in that case we use were. If I were the prime minister, I wish I were a hawker. Okay, in that case, yes, we use were. Okay, otherwise we make use of was. With I, it will be was. Very good. Very good doubt. Let's move on to the poem here. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning. Yes, when the bell sounds 10 in the morning, probably school bell. Yes, very big desk and yes, made of brass. And yes, the sound here. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning and I walk to school by our lane. So he's walking there. He's a school going child and he's walking on the street by our lane. When he's walking there in the street and when it is 10 o'clock, it's a time for him to go to school. And that is the time he comes across a hawker. He comes across a sailor on the street. And what is he selling? He is a bangle seller. He's selling bangles. Okay. So there is a hawker. There is a seller. What is he selling? He is selling bangles. Okay. And what is he shouting? He's shouting bangles, crystal bangles. Yes? Right. Now here he wishes to be hawker because he feels that he need not hurry. He's not in a hurry to go anywhere. He's in relaxed way walking. Now here the time is 10 o'clock. He has to hurry up to go to school. School starts at 10:30 and he has to hurry up there to go to school. He has to be in time. Otherwise he'll be scolded. He'll be punished. But here is a hawker. Here is a seller who is not in hurry. He's taking his own time to walk. The child also wants to walk in a relaxed manner. The child also wants to be relaxed. He wants to have the freedom, the way he wishes to walk. Yes, there's no road he must take. He can go anywhere. The hawker can go anywhere. The child also wishes to walk anywhere, wherever he wish. But here, he has to follow the fixed route. He has to go to the school. Yes, he can't go anywhere, wherever he wish. Isn't it? Yes, wherever the child wishes, he cannot do that. And that is the reason, yes, why he feels that he should have been a hawker. No place he must go to. There's no fixed place he has to go to. He need not go to school. He need not attend the classes. He need not be confined to a one room. He can go anywhere as he wish. Yes, nice poem, isn't it, Aryan? Very nice poem. And I hope you also wishing the same thing. Having freedom as you like. Yes, Aryan, right. As you like on the road, wherever you wish to go, right? So, no place he must go to, no time when he must come home. He can come home as he wishes. Whole day he'll be walking on the street. But lot of restrictions. If you don't come in time, your mother will be worried a lot. Your father will be worried a lot. Kahan gaya mera ladka? Yes, they'll be thinking about that, isn't it? There's a lot of worries and all. But here, no worry at all, right? Yes, no worry. We will be scolded. Yes, if you don't come in time, you will be scolded. And lot of worries will be for your mother. Lot of worries will be for your father. But here, the hawker, he's enjoying on the street. Who feels like that? The child feels like that. But hawker has got his own problem, isn't it? is a small child. Yes, is a small child and he wishes to be a hawker, and he feels that he can spend his whole day on the street, on the road, and shouting, crying, bangles, crystal bangles. But ultimately, why this hawker is doing? He's doing it to earn his livelihood. Okay, but in your case, no problem at all. Your parents are earning, yes, and you do not bother anything about that. They are providing you good food whenever you wish. Whenever you wish to eat ice cream, you can go and eat ice cream. When the festival is there, laddu, yes, or huggy, whatever you wish, you can do all that, isn't it? You are very, very lucky. But this hawker is not lucky, hot sun, and he'll be walking there in hot sun. But, but they have no other way out. Yes, to earn their livelihood, they have to do that. But this child wishes to be a hawker, thinking that a lot of freedom is there for this hawker, for this sailor who can move around anywhere, wherever he wish. He can go anywhere, wherever he wish. Okay, so let's move on to the next stanza. Right? In the case of poem, it's a stanzas. So we have seen already the first stanza. Huh? If we walk all day, our legs will pain. Right, right. If you walk all day, yes. When at 4 in the afternoon I come back. Okay, no problem. So when at 4 in the afternoon I come back from the school. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a time the school gets over and the child is back home from school. So here is a school going child. On the when he's going, he meets a sailor, and when he is coming back, let's see whom he comes across, whom he sees. I can see through the gate of that house the gardener digging the ground. So who is there now? Now the poet, this child, wishes to be a gardener. So gardener is there, he is digging the ground. So what is this gardener doing? He is digging the ground. Okay. He does what he likes with his spade. He soils his clothes with dust. You like to make your clothes dirty. You like to play, in the soil, in the mud. You don't care. Let your clothes become dirty. And here is a child, yes. Yes, here is a child who wants to make his clothes dirty. Yes, he wants to probably use the spade, play in the mud. You may be making, mud houses. Yes, don't you make mud houses and all? Right? Nobody takes him to task. Nobody scolds him. Now, taking to task means what? Yes, taking to task means scolding. So, nobody takes him to task. Nobody scolds him. If he gets baked in the sun whole day, let him remain in the sun. Yes, sun, let him remain whole day in the sun. Let him get baked in the sun. Let it be so hot, no problem, even if it's hot. Oh, yes. Okay, no problem. Okay, right. Or gets wet, even if he gets wet in the rain, doesn't matter at all. Ah, yes, Punyashlok says, yes, in his childhood he was playing with mud. Very good. Every child likes to play with mud, when they are children or with soil. It's quite natural, right? Ah, now piano classes. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, you can watch. I mean, anyway, I'll be sharing this, right? So I wish I were a gardener digging away at the garden with nobody to stop me from digging. Okay, I wish so. Here, the poet wishes that he would have been a gardener. He wants to be a gardener. And what does he want to do? He wants to dig there in the garden. And nobody should stop him from digging. Yes, he'll make his clothes dirty. Yes, lot of soil there on the face also. So you use, powder in the morning, but this dust powder, yes, that will be there on the face, and your face also will turn blackish, isn't it? And here the poet doesn't mind all that, clothes getting dirty, and he thinks that it's a gardener who can do all that. But if he does that, what will happen? The parents will scold him. And here he says that nobody scolds that gardener. Yes, even if he remains in the sun whole day, even if he gets baked in the sun, or if he remains there in the rain, nobody scolds him. Nobody takes him to task. Yes, he will be scolded by their parents. Yes, in case if children do that, definitely they'll be scolded. Okay, but here that's the reason why this child wishes to be a gardener. So you know that the child wishes to be a hawker. Hawker means a sailor, okay, street seller, and he also wishes to be a gardener, right? Why does he wish to be gardener? Because he can make his clothes dirty, nobody scolds him, he can remain in the sun whole day, he can get even wet, nobody bothers about all that. Okay, fine. And this kind of freedom a child doesn't enjoy, because if he's there playing there in the mud, definitely his parents will scold him. Okay, just now, just as it gets dark in the evening, and my mother sends me to bed. So it's a night now. So early morning going to school. At that time he wants to be a hawker. So it's in the evening he's coming back home. When he comes back home, yes, he sees a gardener there digging the ground there. Yes, soiling, making his clothes, so yes, dirty. Yes, next he wishes to be a gardener, right? Now let's see here, what does he wish to be? Just as it gets dark in the evening, my mother sends me to bed. So that is a time, bedtime. So mother tells him to go to bed and I have a nice sleep. And at that time, through the window, he sees somebody. Whom does he see? I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. So there's a watchman there. And what is he doing? Walking up and down. Don't you wish at night to be outside in the dark? Don't care for anything. Let there be ghosts. Let there be anything. Oh, yes, having a wonder called sleep. Yes, he's having a wonder. Yes, it's a wonderful. Yes, yes, that wonder is over now. Maybe in the dreamy state, but he doesn't want to be in a dreamy state. What does he want? He wants to be there on the street like a watchman, moving here and there in the dark. The lane is dark and lonely, so the street is dark and lonely. The street lamp stands like a giant, so it is there. The lamp is like a giant, street, that post, street, the lamp post, it's like a giant. And there, when you see the lamp, one red eye in its head. So the bulb which is glowing, yes, so the bulb which is glowing there, one red eye in its head, so that we can see the glow there. Yes, where? Inside the bulb. So that's why with one red eye in its head. So here the poet wishes to be the watchman. The watchman is swinging his lantern and walks with his shadow at his side. And what is he doing? He's swinging his lantern. So what is there in his hand? उसके हाथ में कंदील है. And what is he doing with that lantern? He's swinging that lantern and is walking with his shadow at his side. Never once goes to bed in his life. The child is forced to go to bed. He doesn't want to, yes, will have wonderful sleep, but he doesn't want to have a wonderful sleep, but he wants to be a watchman walking in the dark on the street. He never wants to sleep. I wish I were a watchman walking the street all night, chasing the shadows with my lantern. So he wants to chase the shadows with his lantern. Okay, I hope you understood. So the poet wishes to be hawker, then gardener, and watchman. So what does the child wish to be? The child wishes to be the watchman, gardener, and hawker. Okay, why does he wishes to be a hawker? That question also you should look into. Why does the child wishes to be a watchman? Why does the child wishes to be, yes, a gardener? So you concentrate on these questions. Okay. Mainly he wants to be free. He wants to enjoy the freedom. Yes, right. He wants to have the freedom. Right, very good. So in the morning we have seen what Saida's mother required, not the medicine, but it's a sunshine and fresh air. And what the child requires here is nothing else but freedom, isn't it? So why does he wishes to be a watchman? Why does he wishes to be a hawker? Why does he wishes to be, yes, a gardener? Think over that. Right? Okay. Yes. He wants to be free ultimately. Yes, he wants to be free ultimately.